Hi guys and welcome back for this new Decklog. So I played my local this week. I went 4-0 and I wanted to share what I learned playing the 4 matches I've done. So let's start. I played this exact list, the list I showed in the precedent video. So yeah. So the first match was against the Boros Energy. Basically, you take the same deck in Modern, but you add Wasteland and Plateau, basically, and some Pyroblast, I guess, stuff like that in the sideboard. Um, I would say it's not that easy, but it was quite easy. It was 2-0. The fact that he has to kill me with creatures, and that's pretty hard against me when I have Terminus and you don't have Force of Will or Daisies to counter that. So yeah, even though Wasteland is it's pretty good, but yeah, I have pretty much everything covered with the deck, with the Temporal Mastery and stuff. So yeah, even though he drew well with the One Rings and stuff, resolved the One Ring a few times, but with the That's Drift and Beanstalk, I'm able to keep up, and 4 mana instead of 2 mana is a huge difference in Legacy. So yeah, Beanstalk is the better engine here. The second match I played against, it was a quite a spicy match because I played only one game, and I played against Nadu, Bant Nadu, but the control version. So with some Teferi, some sort of Plowshare, Force of Will, Brainstorm Ponder, all of this. And basically, I was able to control him quite rapidly and establish my Swart Loop. But because he has, and I did not, I assume he has the Cavern of Soul, but because he had also Field of the Dead, he continued to play the game even though he was under the loop, and it was nice because it forced me to play this type of game where my opponent won't concede, and I need to be able to deal with everything. And Gas Blessing was very instrumental here, very useful, being able to shuffle more cards. So the stuff I learned is that when my opponent has a Field of the Dead and I need to sort to Plowshare every time the token, otherwise I'm going to die. Um, it's really interesting. With only the Swart Loop, I would not be able to do it because I draw only one card a turn. And my opponent is drawing every time a good card. So force me to, because sometimes my opponent won't play anything. I need to counter with thwart my own spell to be able to continue the loop, and that's not that good. It means that I'm going down on resources for a few turns, but with Gaze Blessing, I'm able to shuffle more cards in my deck, so I can keep a higher pile of cards. And so also I needed to go through my whole deck before establishing the loop, because Uro was basically the last card in my deck. And when my opponent played Caracas after that, I was like, well, I guess shit. I need to win with Thwart. I hoped with Uro finishing the match, but I could not. But I managed to, yeah, with the Swart Loop. So it's way more comfortable to uh, establish the Swart Loop when you have more cards in your deck, so you have the ability to sometimes do a Brain Surge or do a Lorien Reveal to refuel the cards in hand, and then you just replace them with the Swart Loops, with the Force of Will and Swart, and sort of Plowshares. But Gas Blessing allows you to augment up the number of cards in your deck. so you can do it. So you can still keep up a lot of, ideally, 7 cards in your hand at all times. And in those 7s, like 2 Force of Will, a Swords, and Sword to Plowshare, and a Dress Down. If you have everything, if you have all of those, you are pretty much safe against everything. So you keep those, and often it's going to be 1 or 2 Mystic Sanctuary. So yeah, we played only 1 game, but yeah, it was a very instructive game, very interesting, and learned a lot. So I liked it. And it gave me, so it would be nice to have one something against lands like that, because I was not able to finish the game fast with Euro because of Caracas, and I have nothing to deal with the lands of my opponents. So maybe playing a Ghost Quarter can be a good idea, or Wasteland or Ghost Quarter. So why Ghost Quarter instead of Wasteland? It's because this gives me a tools to deal with Urza Saga, so a T-Span stage that copied Urza Saga, then a basic land, and also give me a loop where I can every time Ghost Quarter and basically destroy all the lands of my opponents. And because I have Gas Blessing, I have Infinite Ghost Quarter. So that's something interesting. And often, most of the time, I don't really want to use my Ghost Quarter or my Wasteland early to deal with stuff, because with the Dress Down and stuff, I have everything I need most of the time to deal with Urza Saga and stuff like that. So yeah, Ghost Quarter allows me to basically deal with everything like that. So yeah, that's an interesting thought. Yeah, I'm gonna think about it, and if I find the space in the deck, maybe. But it's really for some edge cases and against lands, for example. Most of the time, you're just gonna concede the one if they establish Urza Saga too fast. And then with the Free Harbinger of the Seas, you have the tools after that to deal with them. You just need to concede fast in the first one. Because sometimes you can win, sometimes. But you need to identify fast when you don't, and go in the second and third game. That's gonna be won quite fast, I would say, because Free Harbinger and 1 Street and 2 Euro is largely, it's enough to finish the games. Yeah. So that was the second game. Quite interesting game. Third match, I played against Ruby Storm. I stumbled a bit early in the first game, and yeah, it just comboed me. I had on turn 3, I had to thwart, which is not really good. That's not what I want to do. I had the beanstalk, but I don't have the green sources, so I had to fetch it. Took time. It was quite messy, quite a messy game, and I drew a lot of sort of plowshare that does literally nothing. And then game 2 and 3, I had all the forces and the consign in the world, so I won quite easily. I thought about bringing in Entry of the Angels, but it's not useful in this matchup. They don't try when they have a Burning Wish sideboard. They cannot really do attack your win conditions plan with some fiery macabre and stuff like that. So yeah, you don't need that. Just focus on countering everything pretty much. Fourth match, I played against Ogak, and it's clearly a really, really good matchup for you because of Terminus and Source to Plowshare, because you're gaining life and they don't interact at all with the mana base, no daisies, no wastelands. But you have to take care. You have to make sure that you bring in Entreat of the Angels post side because they bring in some ley lines, and every deck that could have some ley lines, you should bring Entreat. You can still win because the game 2 was really close and I won, but I could have lost just because I did not bring in the Entreat of the Angels because I would have lose all my win conditions to Ley Line of the Void because I have only 3 this deck, the 2 hero and a sword. And when you are under Ley Line, it doesn't block you early, but it blocks the win conditions here. And I drew all of them very early, like in the 15 or 20 top card of my deck. And when you draw them, you kinda need to use them to cycle or do stuff with them. Because I was under pressure. And then you lose them and yeah, it becomes tough. So because if you add the Entreat, which I did not do, and it made the game very much harder than it should be. If you bring in the Entreat, but then you don't have this problem of basically dying to your own deck because you don't have any win conditions. So yeah, that's a big lesson that I learned here. Bringing the Entreat against the Ley Line of the Void deck, because most of the time they bring in Ley Line anyway because you are too strong. And also it was for the combo with Ogak, Altar of Dementia and Ogak and some bridge from below. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the local. It was strong for O. I was on the draw pretty much the first 3 matches I was on the draw, still won them, and the last one I was on the play, but I don't think it changed much because the matchup is so in your favor because of Terminus and Source to Plowshare, and then after that you have the Surgical, so and you don't even really need them, the Surgical, but yeah, just Terminus and Source to Plowshare that you repeat infinitely with the Mystic Sanctuary is enough most of the time. So yeah, see you for the next Decklog.